Galileo Galilei, the scientist who changed the world. Learn English Level 3 Fire. One man looked at the sky and discovered a truth so powerful that it changed the world, and got him punished for it. Today, we explore the inspiring life of Galileo Galilei, the man who changed science forever. Galileo Galilei is one of the most important scientists in history. He changed the way people understand the universe and helped begin modern science. His life was full of curiosity, discovery, courage, and struggle. Even though many people disagreed with him, Galileo never stopped searching for the truth. Galileo was born on February 15, 1564, in the city of Pisa, Italy. His father, Vincenzo Galilei, was a musician and scholar. From a young age, Galileo learned to think deeply and ask questions. His father taught him not to accept ideas blindly, but to test them with logic and evidence. This lesson stayed with Galileo for his entire life. At first, Galileo studied medicine at the University of Pisa because his family wanted him to become a doctor. However, he soon discovered that he loved mathematics and physics more than medicine. He left medical studies and began to focus on understanding how things move and how nature works. One of Galileo's early discoveries was about motion. At that time, people believed Aristotle's ideas, which said heavy objects fall faster than light ones. Galileo questioned this belief. According to famous stories, he dropped objects of different weights from the Leaning Tower of Pisa and showed that they fell at the same speed. Whether this experiment truly happened or not, Galileo proved the idea using careful experiments and mathematics. Later, Galileo became a professor and continued his research. His most important work began when he learned about a new invention from the Netherlands called the telescope. Galileo improved the telescope and made it much more powerful. With this tool, he looked into the night sky and made discoveries that shocked the world. Galileo observed the moon and found that it was not smooth and perfect, as people believed. Instead, it had mountains and valleys, just like Earth. He also discovered 4 moons orbiting Jupiter, which are now called the Galilean moons. This was very important because it proved that not everything revolves around Earth. He also observed the phases of Venus, which supported the idea that planets move around the Sun. This idea was part of the heliocentric model, first proposed by Nicholas Copernicus. According to this model, the Earth and other planets orbit the Sun, not the other way around. At that time, the Catholic Church supported the geocentric model, which said the Earth was the center of the universe. Galileo's discoveries challenged this belief. Although Galileo believed science and religion could exist together, many church leaders felt threatened by his ideas. In 1616, the Church warned Galileo not to support the heliocentric theory publicly. For many years, Galileo remained quiet. However, he later wrote a book called Dialogue concerning the two chief world systems. In this book, he compared the geocentric and heliocentric models. Even though the book was written as a discussion, it clearly supported the idea that the Earth moves around the Sun. The book made Galileo famous, but it also brought serious trouble. In 1633, Galileo was put on trial by the Roman Inquisition. He was accused of going against the teachings of the Church. Under great pressure, Galileo was forced to say that he was wrong. He was found guilty and sentenced to house arrest for the rest of his life. Even though Galileo lost his freedom, he did not stop working. While under house arrest, he wrote another important book about motion and mechanics. This work later helped scientists like Isaac Newton develop the laws of physics. Galileo became blind in his later years, but his mind remained sharp. He died on January 8, 1642, at the age of 77. At the time of his death, he was still seen as a controversial figure. Many years later, the world realized that Galileo was right. In 1992, the Catholic Church officially admitted that it had made a mistake in judging Galileo. Today, Galileo is remembered as the father of modern science. Galileo's story teaches us the importance of critical thinking, courage, and curiosity. He showed that progress comes when people ask questions and search for evidence, even when it is difficult or dangerous. His life reminds us that truth may be challenged, but it can never be completely silenced. Galileo taught us to question, to think, and to never stop searching for the truth.